The ticking of the clock is not just a reminder of time passing. It's a call to action, a challenge to live fully in the moment. Yet how often do we let days, months, or even years drift by waiting for the right time? Don't waste another year of your life is both a wake-up call and an invitation to reclaim your time and make every moment count. The journey toward a purposeful life begins not tomorrow, but now. Time is the great equalizer, a resource given to everyone in equal measure, but spent in vastly different ways. Each of us has 24 hours in a day, yet the outcomes of our lives differ depending on how we choose to use them. Time is irreplaceable. Once gone, it can never be reclaimed. This simple truth raises a profound question. Are we spending our time wisely, or are we letting it slip away? In a world filled with distractions, it is easy to lose sight of time's true value. We often prioritize tasks that bring fleeting satisfaction while postponing what truly matters, our dreams, relationships, and self-growth. The illusion of an endless tomorrow lulls us into inaction, robbing us of the life we were meant to live. As the saying goes, the bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Understanding the value of time is the first step toward a purposeful and fulfilling life. To grasp its significance, we must confront its fleeting nature. Time is finite, and every passing second is an opportunity to shape our future. Recognizing this reality empowers us to prioritize actions that align with our goals and values, creating a life of meaning and intention. This journey begins by asking ourselves, what truly matters? The answer lies not in wealth or material possessions, but in the connections we build, the passions we pursue, and the impact we leave behind. Living with purpose requires intentionality, a commitment to focus on what adds value to our lives and to act without delay. The discussion ahead will explore the finite nature of time, the dangers of procrastination, and the transformative power of taking action now. By reflecting on how we spend our time and making deliberate choices, we can unlock a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Time is the foundation of a purposeful life. Recognizing its value empowers us to align our actions with our deepest aspirations and begin shaping a meaningful future. Let this be the moment you decide to embrace time's potential and start building the life you deserve. Time is the most precious resource we possess, yet it is also the most fleeting. Unlike material possessions, time cannot be bought, borrowed, or stored for later use. Once a moment passes, it is gone forever, leaving only the impact of how it was spent. This truth is both sobering and empowering, urging us to recognize the finite nature of time and act with intention before it slips through our fingers. We often live under the illusion that there will always be more time, that tomorrow is guaranteed. But this belief is a dangerous misconception. Life's unpredictability reminds us that each day, hour, and moment is a gift, not a certainty. As Seneca aptly noted, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Understanding this reality is the first step toward appreciating time's value and using it wisely. The irreplaceable nature of time. Time's defining characteristic is its irreversibility. Unlike money or material possessions, it cannot be replenished or exchanged. This makes time the most valuable currency we have, a currency we must spend thoughtfully, with purpose and care. Consider the opportunities missed due to wasted time, dreams deferred, relationships neglected, and goals postponed. Each instance of inaction represents a lost chance to grow, connect, or create something meaningful. The minutes spent scrolling aimlessly through social media, the hours lost to procrastination, and the days consumed by distractions are moments that could have been used to build a fulfilling life. The value of time becomes clearer when we view it through the lens of scarcity. If we were to think of each day as a limited resource, how differently might we approach it? As motivational speaker Les Brown said, "Don't waste your time. It is the stuff life is made of. By acknowledging time's finite nature, we can begin to treat it with the respect it deserves. The illusion of tomorrow. One of the greatest traps we fall into is the belief that tomorrow will always be there. This mindset encourages us to delay our dreams, actions, and decisions, assuming there will always be more time to pursue them. However, life's unpredictability makes tomorrow far from certain. This illusion of endless tomorrows breeds complacency. Each time we say, "I'll start tomorrow," we put our dreams on hold and allow the flow of time to dictate our lives instead of taking control of it. The truth is, tomorrow is not a promise, it is a possibility. As Benjamin Franklin famously said, "You may delay, but time will not." This belief is not harmless, it is paralyzing. The habit of postponing leads to a cycle of inaction. Each delay feels insignificant, but collectively, they add up to missed opportunities and a life that feels incomplete. The false comfort of tomorrow robs us of the urgency we need to act today. Procrastination and inaction carry heavy costs, costs that often become clear only in hindsight. Every moment we delay is a moment we cannot reclaim. The opportunities missed during these delays often outweigh the risks we feared in taking action. A year ago, I hesitated to pursue a passion project, convinced it wasn't the right time. Today, having taken that leap, I realize how much progress and fulfillment I might have missed had I waited longer. Imagine how different your life could be if you acted now. The cost of delay is not only the progress we forgo, but also the regret we carry. Regret often stems not from the actions we take, but from the actions we fail to take. As author Karen Lamb reminds us, a year from now, you may wish you had started today. Beyond regret, delayed action also diminishes our confidence and momentum. The longer we wait to act, the more daunting the task appears, creating a cycle of hesitation and avoidance. Breaking free from this cycle requires acknowledging the opportunity cost of inaction and making the decision to start now. The antidote to procrastination is immediate action. Taking even a small step today can set the stage for meaningful progress. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When we act, we begin to reclaim control over our time and our lives. Starting now doesn't require perfect conditions. It requires courage and a willingness to begin with what we have. Waiting for the right time often becomes an excuse to delay indefinitely. Instead, the decision to act now transforms hesitation into progress and intention into reality. As the Chinese proverb wisely states, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. This reminder encourages us to focus not on what we've lost, but on what we can still achieve. Immediate action also has a compounding effect. Each step forward builds upon the last, creating a ripple of progress that can transform our lives. Progress, however small, generates confidence and clarity, enabling us to tackle larger challenges with greater ease. Recognizing the value of time is one thing. Using it effectively is another. Here are practical steps to ensure that time is spent with purpose and intention. Set clear priorities. Identify what truly matters to you, whether it's personal growth, relationships, or a specific goal, and allocate time accordingly. Break goals into manageable steps. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, start with a daily target of 200 words. Small, achievable tasks build momentum and confidence. Eliminate distractions. Identify the activities that waste your time, e.g. excessive screen time, and minimize them to focus on what's meaningful. Create a time budget. Treat your time like money. Plan how you'll spend it each day to align with your priorities. Reflect regularly. Take time to assess how you're using your time and make adjustments to ensure you're staying aligned with your goals. Practice gratitude. Acknowledge and appreciate the time you have. Gratitude fosters mindfulness and ensures you don't take moments for granted. These strategies not only help us use time wisely, but also reinforce the habit of living with intention. Time is not just a resource, it is a gift. How we choose to use it shapes the quality of our lives and the legacy we leave behind. By treating each moment as an opportunity, we can create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Gratitude is a key part of appreciating time. When we view each day as a gift rather than a given, we become more mindful of how we spend it. Gratitude helps us focus on the present, reducing anxiety about the future and regret about the past. As the poet Rumi wrote, "Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop." By letting go of what no longer serves us, we can fully embrace the present. The finite nature of time is not a limitation. It is a motivator. It urges us to act, to create, and to live with purpose. Instead of waiting for tomorrow, we must seize today. The decision to act now is not just about achieving our goals, it's about honoring the precious gift of time. Ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to the life I want? It doesn't have to be monumental. Even small actions can lead to significant change. The time to start is not in the distant future. It is right now. Time is the most valuable thing a man can spend. Theophrastus. By recognizing time's value and acting with intention, we transform it from a fleeting resource into a tool for creating the life we desire. Don't let time slip through your fingers. Begin today, because the life you want is waiting for you to claim it. Time, the most valuable resource, is often treated as an endless reserve. Many of us fall into patterns of wasting it on activities that provide little to no meaningful value. From excessive scrolling on social media to procrastinating on goals, these habits not only drain our productivity, but also leave us with an unsettling sense of emptiness. If time truly reflects what we value, then how we use it becomes a mirror of our priorities, beliefs, and aspirations. It is essential to confront these patterns, recognize their impact, and take deliberate steps to align our time with what truly matters. The trap of modern distractions. In today's digital age, one of the greatest threats to our time is the pervasive allure of technology. Social media, streaming platforms, and endless notifications constantly vie for our attention, pulling us into a vortex of distraction. According to a 2022 report by Data Reportal, the average person spends nearly 7 hours a day consuming digital media, a staggering figure that underscores how easily time slips away unnoticed. The issue lies not in the technology itself, but in how we allow it to dominate our lives. Social media, for instance, promises connection, but often delivers superficial engagement, leaving us feeling isolated and unfulfilled. Hours spent scrolling could instead be used to nurture real-life relationships, pursue hobbies, or work toward long-term goals. As author Cal Newport notes in Digital Minimalism, clutter is costly, and its impact on your life cannot be underestimated. Procrastination, the silent thief. Procrastination is another insidious habit that robs us of time. It often disguises itself as harmless delay. I'll start tomorrow or I'll get to it later, but its cumulative effect can be devastating. Each moment we spend avoiding action is a moment lost forever, and over time, these small delays compound into missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Breaking free from procrastination requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on the daunting scale of a task, we can start with small, manageable steps. This not only builds momentum, but also rewires our brains to associate action with progress and satisfaction. While distractions and procrastination consume our time, they also steal something even more profound: the opportunity to connect with what truly matters. Time spent on trivial pursuits often comes at the expense of meaningful activities, such as nurturing relationships, pursuing passions, or investing in personal growth. Consider the relationships in your life. How often do we put off spending time with loved ones, assuming there will always be another chance? Yet life's unpredictability means that these opportunities may not always be available. A missed dinner with a parent, an ignored call from a friend, or a delayed apology can create gaps that are difficult to mend. As poet Khalil Gibran wrote, "You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give." Similarly, neglecting self-care and personal development can lead to a life that feels unbalanced and unfulfilled. Time spent scrolling through social media could instead be used to cultivate hobbies, learn new skills, or reflect on personal goals. These small but intentional acts create a life of depth and purpose. Time as a reflection of values. One of the most profound truths about time is that it reveals our true priorities. If we spend our days consumed by distractions, it suggests that we value convenience over growth, entertainment over connection, and avoidance over purpose. To live intentionally, we must align our actions with our deepest values. Treating time as the precious currency it is, reflect on how you currently spend your time. Do your daily activities bring you closer to the life you want? Or are they merely filling the hours? By identifying the gaps between your values and your actions, you can begin to make changes that lead to a more fulfilling life. As leadership expert John Maxwell stated, time management is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. Living with purpose. The ultimate goal of reclaiming time is to live with purpose and alignment. By shedding distractions and procrastination, you can redirect your energy toward what truly matters: relationships, growth, and contributions that leave a lasting impact. Time is not just a resource. It is the canvas upon which we paint our lives. Use it wisely, and it will reflect the best version of who you are. How we use our time determines the quality of our lives. By breaking free from the habits that waste it and focusing on what truly matters, we can create a life that reflects our highest values and aspirations. As the philosopher William Penn observed, time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Let us strive to reverse this truth and make time a reflection of our best selves. Time is more than a measure of passing moments. It is the thread that weaves meaning and connection into our lives. How we choose to spend our time shapes our relationships, our experiences, and ultimately our legacy. Recognizing time as a tool allows us to use it deliberately, to foster relationships, create meaningful experiences, and cultivate gratitude for the present. The essence of any strong relationship is the time invested in it. Whether it's a heart-to-heart conversation with a loved one, a shared meal with family, or even a few words of encouragement for a friend, these moments create bonds that deepen over time. The beauty of these interactions lies in their simplicity. They don't require extravagant efforts, just a genuine willingness to show up and be present. When we give our time to someone, we are offering something priceless. Unlike material possessions, time cannot be replenished. This makes it one of the most profound gifts we can give. As Gary Chapman notes in the 5 Love Languages, quality time is among the most significant ways to express love and build lasting relationships. By dedicating uninterrupted time to those we care about, we demonstrate their importance in our lives and create memories that endure. Beyond individual relationships, time is the foundation for creating meaningful experiences that enrich our lives. From pursuing passions to exploring new places, the moments we choose to invest in these activities define the stories we carry with us. Imagine a spontaneous road trip with friends, a family gathering filled with laughter, or even quiet moments spent pursuing a hobby. These experiences do more than fill time. They bring joy, perspective, and personal growth. They remind us that life's true wealth lies in moments of connection and discovery. As Annie Dillard once said, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives." Gratitude transforms how we view time. When we approach each moment as a gift, we begin to see beauty in the ordinary, a sunrise, a smile, or the comforting silence of a peaceful evening. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, fostering a sense of contentment and joy. Gratitude also teaches us to be fully present. Too often, we dwell on the past or worry about the future, letting the present slip by unnoticed. By integrating this mindfulness into daily habits, such as reflecting on small victories or scheduling moments of gratitude, we can align our actions with our values. Using time to build connections doesn't just benefit us. It also creates a ripple effect that extends to others. Acts of kindness, encouragement, or simple presence can uplift those around us, fostering a cycle of positivity and support. A sincere conversation, a shared laugh, or a helping hand can transform someone's day and strengthen the bonds we share. These connections are not limited to personal relationships. Investing time in community service, mentorship, or collaborative projects builds a sense of shared purpose and collective growth. By giving our time generously, we contribute to a world that values connection and cooperation. Practical ways to use time for connection and meaning. Here are some actionable steps to harness time for building connection and creating meaning in your life. Be fully present. Put away distractions and focus entirely on the people and activities in front of you. Whether it's a family dinner or a conversation with a friend, presence makes all the difference. Schedule quality time. Regularly set aside moments to connect with loved ones, whether through weekly check-ins, shared meals, or outings. Create shared experiences. Engage in activities that foster bonding, such as traveling, volunteering, or learning something new together. Practice gratitude daily. Take a moment each day to reflect on the time you spent and express gratitude for the moments that brought joy or meaning. Invest in personal growth. Use time to nurture yourself, whether by pursuing a passion, learning a new skill, or simply resting. The better we care for ourselves, the better we can connect with others. These small intentional actions build a foundation for a life rich with connection and purpose. At its core, time is a gift, a resource that, when used wisely, creates a life filled with love, meaning, and gratitude. By dedicating time to relationships, experiences, and self-reflection, we build a legacy that transcends material accomplishments. As Viktor Frankl reminds us in Man's Search for Meaning, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. By using time to connect, we infuse our lives with the purpose and depth that make each moment worthwhile. Time's greatest power lies in its ability to foster connection and create meaning. It is not about how much time we have, but how we choose to use it. By investing time in relationships, experiences, and gratitude, we honor its value and create a life aligned with our highest aspirations. The choice is always ours. Will we let time slip away, or will we seize it to live with purpose and intention? One of the most dangerous myths about progress is the belief in the perfect time. It provides a false sense of comfort, convincing us that the ideal moment will eventually arrive, when conditions are better, when we feel more confident, or when the stars align just right. But the reality is that perfection is an illusion. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the longer we wait for ideal circumstances, the more opportunities slip away unnoticed. Napoleon Hill captured this truth succinctly. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. The decision to act now, despite imperfection and uncertainty, is the only way to harness the power of time and create meaningful progress. The most significant cost of waiting is not just the opportunities we miss, it's the life we failed to live. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment that could have been used to build, grow, and transform. Imagine where you could be today if you had started on your goals 1 year ago, 5 years ago, or even 10. Each delay compounds into lost potential, adding to the weight of regret. Studies on human behavior reveal that people regret inaction more than action. Psychologist Thomas Gilovich's research highlights how missed opportunities linger far longer in our minds than mistakes we make. While actions, even flawed ones, lead to growth and learning, inaction leaves a void that is harder to reconcile. As Mark Twain so eloquently stated, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Waiting also erodes our confidence. Procrastination breeds self-doubt, reinforcing the idea that we're not ready or capable. Over time, this cycle of hesitation creates inertia, making it even harder to take that first step. The longer we wait, the more daunting the prospect of starting becomes, trapping us in a perpetual loop of inaction. The belief in the perfect time is rooted in our desire for certainty and control. We tell ourselves that we'll act when we have more money, more experience, or more support. But the truth is that no amount of preparation can eliminate uncertainty entirely. Life is dynamic, and waiting for all the stars to align often means waiting forever. Readiness is not a prerequisite for action. It is a product of it. Taking the first step creates momentum, clarity, and opportunities that wouldn't exist otherwise. Leadership expert John Maxwell reminds us, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Action generates the very conditions we think we need to begin. Each step forward builds confidence, strengthens skills, and reinforces the belief that we are capable of achieving our goals. Embracing imperfection is not a compromise. It's a necessity. Progress is rarely linear or flawless, but it is always the result of consistent effort. The most successful people are not those who wait for perfection, but those who act boldly despite uncertainty. The antidote to hesitation is action. Starting now with whatever resources and knowledge you have is the most effective way to make progress. Small, consistent steps compound over time, creating extraordinary results. The first step may feel daunting, but it is the most transformative. Immediate action does more than move us closer to our goals. It reshapes our mindset. Each step forward builds confidence, reinforces commitment, and helps us overcome self-doubt. The act of doing, even imperfectly, silences the voice of fear and replaces it with momentum. Karen Lamb's words ring true. A year from now, you may wish you had started today. The best time to begin is not tomorrow or next week. It is now. The decision to act today is a declaration of belief in yourself and your ability to create the future you want. The decision to act has a far-reaching impact, extending beyond immediate results. When we choose action over hesitation, we inspire those around us to do the same. Our courage becomes a source of motivation for others, creating a ripple effect that amplifies our efforts. Action also fosters resilience. By confronting challenges head-on, we develop the skills and confidence needed to navigate uncertainty. Each obstacle overcome strengthens our ability to adapt and grow, turning setbacks into stepping stones. This proactive approach transforms fear into opportunity, helping us build a life that aligns with our values and aspirations. Practical strategies to break the cycle of waiting. Breaking free from the trap of waiting requires intentionality and effort. Here are actionable strategies to help you start today. Start small. Large goals can feel overwhelming, but breaking them into manageable steps makes them more achievable. Focus on completing one small task at a time to build momentum. Set clear deadlines. Create a sense of urgency by setting specific time-bound goals. Deadlines transform vague intentions into actionable plans. Embrace imperfection. Accept that mistakes are part of the process. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Focus on what you can control. Let go of factors beyond your control and channel your energy into actionable steps. Visualize success. Imagine the benefits of taking action now and the costs of continued delay. Use this visualization to inspire immediate effort. Accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust to help keep you accountable and motivated. These strategies not only help you take the first step, but also create a mindset that prioritizes action over hesitation. The present moment is the only time we have to act. Living fully in the now requires mindfulness, a commitment to focus on what can be done today rather than worrying about what might happen tomorrow. As Eckhart Tolle writes in The Power of Now, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Engaging with the present transforms hesitation into progress and uncertainty into opportunity. Each decision to act today lays the foundation for a life of purpose and fulfillment. The perfect time is not a point in the future. It is a choice we make in the present. Waiting for ideal conditions only delays the life we are capable of creating. By choosing to act now, we take ownership of our time, our goals, and our potential. Ask yourself, what is one step you can take today to move closer to your dreams? It doesn't have to be monumental, it just has to be intentional. The time to begin is not tomorrow or next week, it is this very moment. The clock is ticking and your dreams are calling. Start today, because tomorrow waits for no one. Let go of the illusion of perfect timing and embrace the power of immediate action. Every step you take today builds the foundation for a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. The future is not something to wait for. It is something to create, starting now. Life is a journey, an ever-evolving path that demands growth, reflection, and the courage to let go of what no longer aligns with who we are or who we aspire to become. At its core, living a meaningful life requires a deep connection to purpose and an unwavering commitment to take action, even when faced with uncertainty or fear. This journey begins not in the distant future, but in the present moment. The time to act is now, living with purpose and intention. A purposeful life is not measured by the quantity of days we live, but by the quality of how we spend those days. It is about aligning our actions with our deepest values, passions, and goals. Purpose brings clarity and direction, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. Living with purpose often requires us to release what holds us back. This might include outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, or the fear of failure. Growth is not possible without letting go of the old to make room for the new. As the poet Rumi so eloquently said, Rumi reminds us, do not resist change. It may lead to better opportunities. By embracing change, we open ourselves to new possibilities and step into a life of authenticity and meaning. Waiting for the perfect moment is a luxury we cannot afford. The myth of the right time only perpetuates inaction, robbing us of opportunities to grow and succeed. The reality is that life is unpredictable, and waiting often leads to regret rather than progress. Taking action does not require perfection. It requires courage. The first step, no matter how small, is what sets the journey in motion. Every great achievement began with a decision to start. As motivational speaker Zig Ziglar once said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. When we choose to act now, we claim ownership of our time and create momentum. Action builds confidence, clarifies our goals, and propels us forward. Hesitation, on the other hand, keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and missed opportunities. Time waits for no one. Every moment spent delaying action is a moment we will never get back. The cost of waiting is often greater than the risk of starting. Imagine the life you could be living if you had taken that first step a year ago, 5 years ago, or even a decade ago. Each day of delay compounds into lost potential, unfulfilled dreams, and opportunities forever out of reach. Research has shown that people regret inaction far more than action. In his studies, psychologist Thomas Gilovich concluded, actions may cause pain at the moment, but it's inactions that haunt us in the long run. the fear of failure pales in comparison to the regret of never trying. The decision to act now is not just a commitment to your goals. It is a declaration of self-worth. Taking action signifies that you value your time, your dreams, and your potential. It is an acknowledgement that you are capable of more and deserving of the life you envision. Consider the impact of starting today. Imagine the progress you could make if you committed even a small amount of time each day to your goals. Whether it's improving your health, building a career, or strengthening your relationships, every step forward compounds into lasting change. The life you want is not as far away as you think. It begins with the choice to act. Growth is not linear, nor is it easy. It requires resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. But the rewards of growth far outweigh its challenges. When we commit to growing, we transform not only ourselves, but also the world around us. We inspire others to take action, build stronger connections, and contribute to a greater sense of purpose. Letting go is a vital part of this process. By releasing what no longer serves us, whether it's fear, negativity, or limiting beliefs, we create space for new opportunities and perspectives. As the philosopher Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." The most important step in any journey is the first one. It doesn't have to be perfect or grand. It simply has to be taken. The decision to act today is the foundation for the life you want to build. Each action, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goals and reinforces your commitment to growth. Ask yourself, what can you start today? What small step can you take right now to move closer to the life you've always imagined? The time to act is not tomorrow, next week, or when circumstances feel perfect. It is this very moment. Life is a journey of growth. And growth requires letting go of the things that no longer align with who you are or who you are becoming. This is your time to embrace change, live with purpose, and take bold action. The life you want is waiting for you. Claim it today. The future is yours to create, but it starts with a single step taken now.